Hi, I'm Mel, and welcome to my first ever episode of Go with Mel. This is gonna be a totally new channel for me. I have another channel where I kind of like document my daily life. I'm doing like a little online diary of my working holiday here in Canada. However, this channel is gonna be only about my 3 months solo traveling that I did before I came here, because I have made so many experience. I have seen so many things, I have experienced so much, and I really want to share. I feel like it will be such a waste to not share it with anyone. So that's also why I'm doing this channel. And yeah, I will take you along for the ride. It's going to be a long one. I have lots and lots and lots of things to share. But yeah, maybe you want to have a little introduction of who I am and what I actually did and why you should watch my videos and what maybe could be interesting and helpful for you or for other people. So as I already said in the beginning, my name is Mel. I'm originally from Austria. I am 27 years old for 2 more weeks and then I'll be 28. I was living in Austria my whole life, apart from like little breaks, maybe like a month where I was like studying abroad or something. But other than that, I have always been in Austria. I have only done like vacations abroad, and I have always been like very interested in like traveling. I love traveling so much. I could literally travel all the time. And last year, so the end of 2024, I made a very big decision. I'm gonna talk a bit more about like my background and how I came to the decision. But I came to the decision that I want to quit my job and do something else. I was not happy in my life, so I was like, I need to change something. And I had the courage at that moment, and I just had to do it. So I quit my job. I didn't have any backup plan. I didn't have a new job. I didn't have a plan, nothing, but I just knew I had to. So that was kind of like the starting point, and from there on I made my way through like different stages, different plans. I had like millions of plans. I ended up going with a working holiday visa for Canada and decided to do a solo traveling trip before that. And this is what the channel is going to be all about. So I'm also going to talk a bit more about like the whole process of like working holiday visa, how I got it, how I came to the decision, all the other things. But yeah, today is only a little introduction of like what you can expect. What can you actually expect? Well, I'm gonna talk a lot about planning. So not only planning before my solo traveling, but honestly, solo traveling is so much about making plans. Like making decisions every day is probably like the biggest part. So I'm gonna talk a lot about planning pre-solo travel, but also during my solo traveling. Then I'm gonna share tips that I wish somebody had given me before I went on a trip, but also during the trip. So lots of tips that I have collected during the time, and also things that are good to know before you go to a country. Experiences, of course. In 3 months you can experience a lot, and I did, and I want to share as much of it as I can and as much detail as I can, because like I would have loved someone to share as much as possible so that I'm kind of prepared for what's gonna happen. Then I'm gonna talk a lot about emotions too. Solo traveling is so much fun. You can have lots of high highs. You're also gonna have a lot of low lows. So I'm also gonna talk about emotions, challenges, high moments, low moments. So all of that, we're gonna go deep at multiple points on this trip. And then also like all the administrative things, those are not really fun, but things that you really need to know, like visa, what to do when you immigrate, like all of those kind of things, because that's really important. You don't want to mess anything up, especially when you're first alone and in a new country. So that's also a lot of what we're going to talk about on this channel during the different episodes. And yeah, those are gonna be like the big things that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about different locations in my solo traveling. I went to Thailand, I went to China, I went to South Korea, I went to Indonesia, I went to Malaysia, and I went to Japan. So we're gonna talk about 6 different countries, and yeah, I'm gonna share as much as I possibly can. If you have questions, always ask them. I try to include them in the next video. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun ride. It's definitely also gonna be a long one, so stay along. And yeah, I'll see you again soon.